Hello, Tim Crosby here. Glad you're here. So, today's topic, we're going to pick up on a topic that I went on and on another video. It's over there, someplace else on the website, about the CAGED system. And just to refresh your memory, or I suggest you go and refresh your memory at that video. There's a lot of, I got to say about the CAGED system, there's a lot of videos. What it is, the summary is, there are 5 different ways to play a major chord on the guitar in standard tuning, the C form, C-A-G-E-D. That's where the acronym CAGED comes from, C-A-G-E-D. So you can play a C chord as a C form, you can play it as an A form, you can play it as a G form, you can play it as an E form, and you can play it as a D form. Okay? You can figure that out if you don't know already. What we're going to do though, and also on that video we talked a little bit about using a capo and these other forms to get other voicings for the same chord. But now we're going to take the capo and the CAGED system in a slightly different direction. The reason that it's been on my mind is several of my guitar students aspire to be on the worship team, in the worship band at their church. And many, if not all, of the worship bands have a keyboard or a piano, and piano players love the flat keys. I happen to know that by personal experience. I live with a piano player. So how does a guitar player who, you might not have read the Mel Bay orchestral chord encyclopedia to know that you can bar a C form at the 3rd fret and have an E flat? So you come to rehearsal on Wednesday night or whenever it is, and the worship pastor says, here's the song we're going to do, and it's in the key of A flat. And you go, what do I do about A flat? Here's what you do. You use your capo and your knowledge of where to play the different chord forms to find the root note of the chord, and then use the chord family to be able to follow along. Even though the chords that are written on that piece of paper that they handed out to you that you're going to do in rehearsal doesn't have those, you can use your ear, you can use your knowledge of the 1-4-5, which is a different topic, and put it all together with your capo. So let's say you've got a fairly simple, straightforward song that you want to do with somebody who wants to do it in the key of A flat. Let's walk through what that means. So A, you can play an A, but that's an A natural, but you can't go that way with your capo because A flat is 1 fret lower than A. So one of the geeky things you could do is say, oh, I know from the CAGED system is the A chord and the G chord are pretty much the same, so I can just bar me a G chord right here, and that's A flat. Yeah, right. But if you take your capo and capo to the 1st fret, and you know that, okay, A flat, there's our root note. Now we can play in the G family. So you can play your G, your C, your D, and your G, and there's A flat. Okay? Here's another example. Now it's E flat. Well, think E flat, E flat. Where is that? That's 1 fret lower than E, but it's also 1 fret higher than D. Handy capo. Again, put it on the 1st fret. So D would be here, but now we've moved everything up 1 fret. You move your D chord up 1 fret. There's your E flat. You can think of it as D. 1 once you find your capo placement and your chord form family, you can just, in your mind, you're playing D and G and B minor and A, and the piano player thinks, whoa, that guitar player is so good they can play in E flat. One last typical example. So A flat, E flat, B flat is the other favorite. B flat. Okay, let's work this a different way. We know that this is a G note. Yes, you know that. G sharp, A sharp, A sharp, B. Oh, the fret in between A and B must be not only an A sharp, but a B flat. So that's our root note. Your form is a G form. You can do it that way. So we've moved up 1, 2, 3 frets. Put your capo at the 3rd fret. Play a G form. So now you've got your G, C, E minor, and D, and you're playing in the key of B flat. So there are some clues. It takes a while to get through all of these pieces that you bring together for where do you put your capo, and then where do you play the other chord form. So like I say, in this video, we only have time for me to give you a few clues. If you'd like to have a longer in-person conversation about it, you can get in touch with me. I do have some lesson slots available if you're local. I also have some online lesson slots available, and we can do it over FaceTime or Zoom or one of those online things that we got used to doing during the plague years. So anyway, glad you were here. Hope that was helpful. I'm Tim Crosby.